Hey, 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 it's a great day. How's everybody doing on today? Come on into the room and let's have a conversation that is a conscious, honest, authentic talk from a divinely inspired voice of ascension. Our goal here is ascension, exponential existence, a life that is filled with opportunity, potential, and activation of that potential. You know, this is what we're talking to. You're talking to the chat diva, aka Dr. Marrian, Sister of Four. You can find me. You can find out more about me by clicking the link in my bio. You can set up a 20-minute free, no cost consultation. If you want to touch the spiritual side, those prices are there too. But to talk about your personal development, to talk about some things that you want to address as far as your ascension, you want to take advantage of that 20-minute no cost consultation. You want to keep your appointment as well. This is a great day. It's a great day. It's always a great day. People say, why do you always say great day? Because it is a great day. What else is there? What else today? I just was told to make up an acronym for great day, an acronym. I'll have to create that later. See, that's what happens when you're on a forward movement of ascension. You begin to experience life in a different way. You hear, you feel, you see, you envision, and you embody a different level of divinity in your life. And you're not walking by waiting for people to accept you, but you are creating the vibrational frequency of the space in which you enter. So when I come into a space, I come into a space saying I am one with this space, and anything that is in opposition, anything that is a lower frequency vibration has to move, right? Basic science, from higher concentration to lower concentration, right? There may be a lot of people, a lot of energy, but there's a time when you got to come into the space and you got to make that place clear out, because they're not supposed to be in your space. Some of us, oh, that was a message for somebody. Mm. That was a message for somebody right there. Somebody needs to clear out their space with some people, places, ideas, and thoughts. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn on my do not disturb. I'm on my cell phone today. So, hey, today. Okay, baby. Thank you for that. That was my cash app that set that off. Thank you. The joy of having an adult son that gets paid, right? All right. So, this is what I'm saying. Like, you gotta work on managing your space, and understanding how this relates to your own emotion and mood. A while back, I'm not sure if it was this course or was it my private sessions that I do under this description. I talked about, I came across a video actually here on TikTok of a man talking about, um, you know, and there's a bunch of information, because I've watched a movie on Gaia, and I've been in conversations before. Thank you for all the likes and hearts and the follows. I appreciate you so much. Please know that when I say that, I mean that genuinely, because I do this because this is what I know is who I am, is to share information, is to help people remember who they really are and get back to what they're supposed to be doing. That's what I know for sure about me, right? So I know there's a lot of imitators. There's a lot of people who want to try to be me. Listen, I have walked into a venue. Let me tell you how crazy it is. I walked into a venue in 2018. This woman was following me around, trying to be my sister, right? And she's following me around. She's trying to get everything going. I look over to the side at my event, and she's writing down the names of the people who are signing up for my program. She's writing down the names from the forms, right? And then the next time I saw her, she was up trying to speak, and she was trying to speak one of my signature talks. It was called Raise the Bar. It was called Raise the Bar. I'll tell you about that. That's a whole nother conversation. You want a free copy? If you want a free copy, if you follow me, and I'm only going to do it for the people that are here, because that means I'm not going to start playing. But I have an audio that is called Raise the Bar. I will let you hear it. I will let you have that free, because that's what some of y'all need too. It's about raising the bar. And you'll find out what bar actually stands for and how you can do it. And I guarantee you that once you listen to that, you'll always be a part of my family. Because once that taps into your life and you understand what raising the bar means, it sends you to a whole nother level. But anyway, getting back to this conversation, this woman, she's up trying to do my raise the bar speech on stage. So I walk in the room, I'm a speaker, so I have to walk down front anyway. So I came in, but instead of disrupting her, I didn't take the main aisle. I went around the side, and then I just kind of stood off to the side. And I just sat there watching her. She was fumbling through it. She was trying to, you can tell she tried to memorize my wording. It wasn't working for her. The slides were off. Everything was off. So when I got up, I thanked her because she spoke before me, and I thanked her. And I said, I want to expand upon the raise the bar because it's found in my book. Ha ha. You see that? And I said, but today, I said, I think that she has given us a nice foundation and a beautiful segue into this talk that we're going to have today. And it was awesome. That was one of my best days. You understand me? Many will attempt what only you can complete. I'm going to tell y'all that. Somebody needs to hear that too. Quit getting distracted by what people do. Of course, they're going to want to be like you. Why do you want to do and be who you want to be? Because someone inspired you. You saw someone doing something or not doing something, and you were inspired, y'all. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? We don't have time to worry about what people do or don't do. We just have time to worry about what we're supposed to be doing. Ooh, that was a message too for somebody. Stop worrying about what they're doing when they're out of your sight and start focusing on what you need to be doing. And I emphasize this all the time. Why make a decision based upon what you think somebody else is going to do? Yes, we're in a war, but at the same time, oh, should I leave or should I stay? Well, if I stay, they might think this, and if I go, they gonna feel like this. I get those kind of calls all the time. Can you tell me about such and such? What will happen if I leave? Do you think he's going to stay? Do you think she's going to stay? It's mainly women calling. I get more women telling me about it. Men call me and ask them about money, about their job, about their health. Women tend to call about more about relationships because we're social creatures. We are socially. We find our worthiness, our value. It has been socialized to be connected to other people outside of us. Welcome to the space. Thank you so much. I don't have my magnifier on. Oh, thank you so much, Kanisha, for telling them yes, yes, yes. Throw some love, our hearts. Always forget to say that, right? I always forget to say that. But I want to remind y'all, like this is where we're coming from. This is where we're going. This is what Kanisha. Don't forget to book your 20-minute session. Go to my link and book your 20-minute no-cost session, and let's have a conversation about the things that really matter to you, so we can push you back even further along your journey. Because you are very much a servant. You are very much a person who likes to serve, give, and elevate. But I got something for you. We may be able to support you in doing that even better. So going back to our initial thought, right? We do not make decisions that are predicated about how we think someone else is going to react or respond. We do them based upon us needing to make that new splash and create new ripples. Because here's the thing, if you make the decision that is based upon you and everything begins with you and then resonates and affects all those around you. So if you can for a moment imagine for me that you're jumping into a pool of water. Now, don't worry about you can't swim. This is great water. You're going to have buoyancy like crazy. You won't drown. So you jump into the center of the water. There's a big splash. Shoo! And the water goes up and the water comes back down. And when you are descending down into the water and the water is splashing, it's also making ripples. To-do, to-do, to-do. And those ripples are based upon whatever you were thinking when you made that splash. However intentional you were when you made that splash, that's how far and how wide and how deep and how powerful your ripples are going to be. The ripple effect is going to happen in your life and for those around you. So don't worry about, oh, they're going to leave me. They're going to hate me. They're going to see me as this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you want to leave your job, you want to leave a relationship, if you want to stop spending so much time with family and friends, if you want to remove yourself from social groups. No matter, once you make that initial splash and your intentions are clear on the purpose and the reasoning behind that, it don't matter because those ripples will probably push them away. Oh, I got to make somebody make me a video about that. Y'all see how I get my stuff? This is what I do. When I get an upload or a download, I do not. Yes, you can have an upload because that's your sacred script. That's what's already inside of you. And then you can get a download, which is the next level or the expansion part of what's already inside of you or additional clarity. That's for somebody too. Mm-hmm. You got a person that's called themselves very spiritual and they always talking metaphysical and spiritual things to you, and you take it as absoluteness. In spirituality, there's no absoluteness except for there's a beginning and there's an end, and there's an evolvement and there's an exchange. Everything else is is fluidity. Is fluidity and that's in there. Okay. So yeah, so just get yourself together. Allow yourself to engage in more conversations like we're having here today. If you're getting something from this, please let me know. Just type a star in the comment if you can. I think stars are pretty easy. I don't care if it's the asterisk or if it's a real star. If you have related to anything, if anything has resonated with you that I've been sharing so far, drop me something in the comments. It could be just any symbol. Go ahead and drop me a symbol. Besides a crying, somebody says about the crying emojis will mess up your stuff. So please don't put a crying emoji, but put something to let me know that you're still here and that this is resonating with you, y'all. What you see is what you get. What you see is what you get. I don't try to impress people. I'm not trying to deny people. I'm not trying to prevent people. I'm only being. And that's what you should do every day of your life. And that's why I said when I began that you don't want to waste your time worrying about what other people thinking, what other people feeling about what you're doing. And I'm not saying that from a negative place. I'm saying that when you have to make a decision or a choice that is part of your life path, when things are no longer serving you, ooh, this is for somebody too. I just saw a woman's face. The things that are no longer serving you, the people, the places, the events, the memories that are no longer serving you, you got to let them go. And you got to let them go with love. So same love that you feel you're going to be missing, you got to transmute that love. You got to thank you, baby. You got to translate that love that you have for that person or that anchor that you felt. You got to take all that and you got to transmute it so that you can release it. You got to say that you love it so much that you want it to be shared with other people, but that you don't have to watch it and participate in it. Yeah, that's it. Joe Dispenza says 50% research has shown that 50% of what we remember of a past event is not even true. We've embellished it or we've borrowed from other people who have similar stories. Yeah. That's the level of deep consciousness, conscious awareness that you are aware of what your subconscious is doing and your emotions are doing, and you're able to take a position. Today I was studying about spirituality from an African perspective because that's what I do. And I came across someone that I had a name that I had been ignoring. I heard it a couple of times in my head and I wasn't sure what that was about because, as I said, uploads and downloads come. And I just documented the ideal of it. And it was Mother, Father, God. And I was like, why does that resonate with me? Like, whoa, whoa, woo, woo. What is that about? Mother, Father, God. And today I realized that there is a goddess, someone that is revered in Benin called Mawalisa, which has a duality and represents the ideal of the mother, father, God, that represents duality of male, masculine and feminine, having that harmonic exchange that one is for one purpose and one is for another. And so when I started thinking about that, I remember when I was talking to my friend who's Chinese and we were talking about spiritual things and they were talking about the yin and yang and the ego and all these things. And we began to talk about, and that vision came up. I saw a man and I saw a woman, and it said, this is it. It is perfect. It is perfect, each perfected, each powerful, right? In a universal bond or union that works for the greater good, right? That's what I was thinking. And then we began to talk, and today I came across it in my research. You see, when you open yourself up and focus on what you're supposed to be doing, things will come to you. Don't get nervous. Don't say nobody else has ever talked about that. It's okay. It's the same thing. This lady who said she was an angel. She works with angels. So this angel name came to me when I was in Angel Valley in Sedona, Arizona. I was walking through Angel Valley. And when I was going down the ride to get to Angel Valley is truly Gonna make you believe. So as I'm going and I'm carefully going around the road off the cliff, I heard the name of this angel. It was RL, 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 RL. Well, I come to find out there is an angel of that name, right? And that angel is exactly about what I'm about: the healing energy, the restoration, the protection of the weaker souls, the shielding, you know? Well, you know what? Everybody's perfected in their imperfection. When you take a place of somebody is not perfect, that means you're recognizing you're not perfect. And that in those imperfections, you're perfected, because nobody is going to make you perfect and you can't make another person perfect. You can only allow yourself to be whole and complete as you are. Let's pause right there. This is an important thing. If you are trying to engage in relationships with your friends, with your lovers, with your parents, with your siblings, with your cousins, with your neighbors, with your schoolmates, everybody is perfect in their own imperfections. Yet everyone is whole and complete. Everyone is whole and complete. Everyone is whole and complete. And so the evolutionary process is going to be enhanced by your interactions and your harmonic existence within yourself. Your interactions, the only perfection you can have is your consistency and your persistence to constantly expand and evolve into your wholeness, into your completeness, into your divinity as your divinity. There is no concrete. We are not focused on this is a perfect right angle. That doesn't apply to life. Look to nature. Everything in nature is in perfect harmony and it coexists perfectly. There is an ebb and flow and there is an exchange. There is a give and there's a take. There's a multiplying and then there's a reduction. Let's use it very simply. When the cloud holds the raindrops and the raindrops fall, it falls upon the earth. The earth will then bring about vegetation. The vegetation is used by the animals and the humans. The animals and the humans take it into their body. Their excrements begin to fertilize the soil, and the process goes over and over again. That's perfection. That's perfection. But in that cycle, there is something that can be perceived as imperfection, because somebody got to die, something got to stop living, something has to be transmuted into fuel, etc., etc. I love this conversation. I love it. I love it. When I say love it, I really love it. And I don't use the word love a lot. Your minds don't have to be synced on anything. Your mind has to be syncing in harmony. You have to be in harmony. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. If you are not in harmony, meaning you do not know what you want, what makes you happy, who you are, you've never felt self-love on a deeper level, not just what they told you, because nobody really teaches you how to self-love. Y'all feel me? Nobody teaches you how to have self-love. Nobody teaches you how to know what really makes you happy. You know that you respond or react to things that give you a moment of happiness or joy, but you never really take the time, and we're not taught to take the time unless we go through a hard situation, and then we do some deep reflection. And out of rebellion, we identify that we're not going to allow certain things because those things are not benefiting us. When I began, I said there are people here that have to let go of some people, places, ideas, and beliefs that no longer serve them. A limitation could be the ideal of you seeking perfection. A limitation could be the idea that someone has to adjust to you. Incorrect. From a spiritual perspective, that's a limitation. That's a paradigm. Now, let's talk realistically. We're humans, and we're all evolving. Your hand is whole and complete. It has 5 fingers. It has the individual 3 digits in each finger. You have the bones in your hand. You have the wrist bones. All of those things are there. So when this other hand is over here, it's whole and complete with all the same thing that you do. It has exactly the same thing. It can do the same thing. But when you come together, you can hold more. You can have more strength, right? You can hold more. Your unity is there. But maybe this finger was broken when you were 12. So it's more sensitive. So this one might compensate for it or encourage you to exercise it enough so that it builds back up its strength. That's a real exchange between two people. That's a real relationship with another human. You're whole and complete. You got all the parts, but there may be an area of weakness. And in that area of weakness, the other person is going to inspire them to heal that part, remove that weakness, right? Or cover the weakness. So it doesn't prevent progress. If you missed any part of this conversation and you want to hear it again, I always download this live and I put it on my Facebook page. So not Facebook, excuse me. What is it called? YouTube page. On my YouTube page, which is also in the link in my bio. If you click that link tree link in my bio, you can click it and it says YouTube. If you click it, you'll see all the lives I've done, not just here, but also in my other private community on Facebook and on Zoom that I host. You'll see them. But this is very important. If you go into any type of relationship with your friends, your family, your siblings, your employer, your coworkers, and you believe that you are lacking something or that they are lacking something, there will always be a conflict because now you're in judgment. You're saying, I'm heavier than you. And so you don't have confidence that they can flip back over and give you a rest. So there's conflict, there's angst. This conversation is not for those who don't want to be consciously aware of how to evolve and expand themselves innately. Innately, you are whole and complete. Your sacred script is there and it has an assignment that you agree to before you were passed off to your handlers, aka your parents. And now, when you meet other individuals, you're negotiating and you're recognizing that there has to be an exchange. Divinity is a given. We don't even talk about God because God is just a given. It's just always there. Innate information awaiting manifestation, the breath of life. Your next breath is divinity. But you have to allow it to resonate within your body on a microcellular level. Even now, scientists are now starting to go back and realize that the nucleus is not just one centralized place like we were taught in school, that the nucleus actually has a second energy field besides the one we thought. Because somebody dug a little deeper. Somebody went beyond what they thought they knew and they began to extract and seek knowing versus just knowing something. I just know it. Now they're in a state of actively engaging and harnessing and experiencing the wise and the explorative and the expansive experience. Yeah. Y'all, this is the kind of conversations I like to have. Y'all good. I love it. Welcome to the room. Welcome everybody. Let's reset the room and let you know that I am Dr. Marrian, Sister Afua, and I am the chat diva, conscious, honest, authentic talks from a divinely inspired voice of ascension. We are ascending into our higher selves, into our highest and greatest positions in life. We are examining ourselves and we are not afraid to go deeper and deeper into ourselves and realize and we are accepting that the power, the wisdoms, the experiences that we have are sufficient and adequate. We have an assignment, an original assignment that is ours, all to ourselves, that we are responsible for. And we ready. We ready. I had to make sure the logo wasn't shining because I don't give nobody no free plugs, right? That was a great, great, great commentary to have us have a conversation about this idea. The ideal of perfection will block you out. It's about mastering yourself, in your completeness and your wholeness, mastering yourself, understanding what you want, knowing how to leverage your skills, your talents, your abilities, and education, accepting and creating rewarding and reciprocating relationships on every level of your life, activating and accessing your spirituality. Thank you so much for that. Having mental and emotional mastery and acuity. Yes, optimum physical health. Because it's not, health is not about the size of your body or the shape of your body or the age of your body. It's not. Too dope. Thank you so much. How you feeling today? Right? Hey, just so you know, when they always call me Diva because I'm also a vocalist, right? And I used to perform in theater, in live theater. Didn't make it to Broadway. I did a lot of off Broadway and community and local, but uh, I haven't made it to Broadway yet. I still have that ideal in my head. But anyway, when I was thinking about, like, I wanted an acronym for Diva. I thought about dope. Because I'm old school hip hop. I'm a hip hop head. That's my era. That was dope. So I love it. I love that you came in here to spend some time with us today. Welcome, Jimmy. Welcome to the room. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So yes, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about how do we honestly evolve and have our ascension journey. And if you are a person, I just heard this, if you are a person that thinks that your ascension means that you're going to press down on somebody else and you're going to crush them to the ground, when I said clear your space, I wasn't talking about being mean to people and destruction in people, because you can get rid of people in your space and ideas in your space and thoughts in your space and items in your space. You can get rid of that without ever damaging it. You just have to keep your frequency, keep your mindset, keep your focus and your view above that which they're doing. And they'll figure it out and they'll walk away. But don't keep playing with fire. Don't ever try to prove to anyone. Don't ever try to prove to anyone that you are whole and complete, that you are not, that you are where you're supposed. If they can't see it, the reason they're challenging you is because they see it. I feel like this conversation went everywhere, but it was really good. So we hit on a couple of things today. This ideal of perfection, this ideal of working in relationships, understanding that we're whole and complete, understanding that it's important for us to know how to clear our spaces and what needs to be in there, to not worry about what other people think or are going to feel about us making a choice that's for us. Yeah, that's important. Those are 4 very important things for us to walk away from this chat today. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the follows. Kanisha, I hope that you still here and that you have booked your 20-minute session that I gifted you. Anybody else who wants a no-cost 20-minute section, all you have to do is go to my link in my bio, click it, and you can also see the other items I have there for you as well. But yeah, this is what we're doing. This is how we're living our life. We're living our best moments in life. Not because somebody is hyping us up, but because it is innately fluid within us. You can't get distracted. This world has, listen, I think they're playing this stuff all on TikToks about the 70s babies and Generation X. I'm Generation X. I remember having a floppy disk and having to put in code to start the computer. And now, so sometimes my first thought when I'm doing something on the computer is I'm putting in codes like, instead of Control B, I'm typing, less the bracket, the word bold, the bracket, and then whatever, the word and whatever it is, I'm typing in the code because that's the way I started. Now I know I can click Control B, or I know I can just hit a button or whatever, but this is about understanding if whatever's in your foundation will come back up when you need to have a solution. That was for somebody too. Everything in your past doesn't have to be forgotten, but those things that can currently contribute. Remember, I said leverage your knowledge, your experiences, your education, your gifts, and your talents. That's part of your process of ascension. Getting in harmony that it's okay to have that. Absolutely, positively, so it is. Anytime you get the idea that you have to prove to someone you're better than them, then you're not ascending anymore. You're just kind of hanging, hovering, because you know it, but you can't apply it. So you stop elevating and arising and ascending. This is the level of truth and honor that we have to experience in our life on a daily, moment by moment basis. I often think about things and I go, wow, because being reflective is so important on an ascension journey. Nothing is happenstance. Nothing is a coincidence when you are ascending. Once you say, I want to evolve and ascend, and I'm recognizing I'm whole and complete, and that I'm seeking harmony between my masculine and my feminine divinity inside of me so that I can connect with others on that level and make contributions and shift atmospheres and create and have the ingenuity. Okay. Yeah. Right. So if we can honor that space, like people say to me, why don't you ever share your gifts in here? I have another platform for that. This platform is saturated with people. But if you want to have a true experience, you don't have to sneak it in. You don't have to sit in the room and wait and hope. You can get active. You can be proactive. And you can go and you get you in a consult, a personal one-on-one consult, and you say, hey, I would like somebody to look into my life path and see, can you give me something from my sacred script? And then that person gives it to you. And 9 times out of 10, you already were feeling that, but you just weren't aware at that time to accept it. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. We got to start encouraging ourselves to be more focused on the elevation and the involvement and ascension, instead of trying to convince people and show people that we have evolved and that we are on an ascending journey, that we are divine. That's the level we have to begin to focus on and participate in. That's where we are. Ooh, this is good, y'all. Ooh, this is good. So we got to dig deep. Let me tell you, this is actually in my book, right? I want to just see what came up. Endurance. It say dig deep, push hard, and shake off anything and everything that is not you, and keep it moving. Everything is going to be all right. Don't get distracted. Stop worrying. Focus on your goal. Focus on your purpose. Focus on your original assignment. Trust me, it will manifest. Press forward through life's pressures and stand tall and strong as you journey. After all, it's a journey walking with as God, creator, life, source, universe. See, this is the type of stuff that when I was in, this book came out of a time when I went through a major, major, major disruption in my life. And as a result, I started texting my friends every morning. And then my brother friend, and one of my closest friends said to me, can you put this in a book and stop texting me at 6 o'clock in the morning? And it hit me. And that's what I did. And it became a major seller. A major seller. It opened up doors for me. It took me on tours. It put me on international and national stages with people that I only saw on my television screen, were now calling my phone, emailing me, inviting me to places and having me do things. Yes, I'm on live. Oh, you're good. Right? This is what I'm saying. When you let go of the idea that someone has to give you permission or have to be okay with your decisions and choices, then you'll ascend even sooner and faster. And yes, it's going to feel like a roller coaster ride. Have you ever been on a roller coaster? You get on a roller coaster. It's funny at first. Then you find yourself closing your eyes. You get to the top and that thing drop down. You're like, ah, you close your eyes and you're laughing because you're nervous. That's how our lives are. We are ascending to the high point, and when we get here, it takes us to another higher point. So every time we're going to go higher and higher. There's no need to worry about who didn't come on the trip. I'm telling you, look to nature and look to simple life experiences, and it will free you from the bondage of other people. Like I said, I walked into that conference and the woman was saying one of my signature speeches, and I came up and I summarized her and thanked her and encouraged her, and then went into my thing and handled my business. Because that doesn't prevent me from being who I am, because that was given to me. All she did was promote me even more. I'm doing what it did. My talks, my presence, my contributions, your talks, your contributions, your relevance, your ideas are supposed to spark change. If you begin to evolve and you're in a relationship and you find out that you are evolving and ascending and this person is not, and you're having pressures and you can't focus and you're becoming stagnant, you need to peacefully within yourself relax, recall all the evidence, rethink it through, allow the solution, get a resolution, and then release it. Release it out into the atmosphere the way that it's supposed to be. But you keep it in love, right? Love is the highest vibration. And I don't mean just, oh, I'm so in love with you. I'm talking about love for life, for harmony, for peace, for joy, for comfort, for longevity. We all have that. And nobody is walking around saying, I want to die. Even the person who's saying they want to die doesn't really want to die. They want you to help take away whatever is causing them to feel that they can't handle it anymore. Told y'all. Conscious, honest, authentic talks. Divinely inspired. I'm saying this because some of us are trying to take positions that negate the work we have to get done. It's negating the work that we have to get done. The time truly is now. It really is. I look about, like I said, I'm a child I was born in the 70s. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. By the time the 90s came, I was in college, right? So with that being said, I was able to see the impetus of so many things, and now I see the evolvement of those things. And now I'm saying to myself, I need to be able to utilize that. If it helped me at the infantile stage, of course it should help me now as it is blossoming. Hmm. But you should be able to go through that process of rethinking, realigning yourself, coming to a resolution and releasing it and going and saying, hey, listen, I'm thinking that before resentment sets in, I'm thinking that before anger sets in, I'm thinking that before disconnect sets in, I want to keep us in this place of love and harmony and peace. But I think that we can't spend a lot of time together. This space is no longer comfortable for both of us to coexist. So maybe one or both of us needs to find a whole new location where we can be who we have to be. Welcome, Clinton. Let's be who we are. And if it is, if in when the opportunity presents itself, it will circle back around, or maybe it won't. Maybe you no longer can fit, like our shoes like our prom suits, our prom dresses and suits that we wore back in high school, or our football jersey, or our basketball jersey, or our track suit. Like whatever we had 10 years ago, chances are we probably don't fit it as well as we did 10 years ago. Some of us can and some of us can't. I'm making an analogy here because I want you to stop. I want you to release, be open to the idea of accepting the suggestion that we can release things without feeling angry or feeling in rebellion. We can just release things because it is what it is. And we can do like we said in the book, we can keep going on our journey because we understand we are walking as divinity with divinity at the same time. Divinity, aka God, source, light, universe. And for those of us that understand our ancestors are present because they represent the wisdom of their experiences. When I think about how important okra is to my family, and I understand the medicinal purposes of okra and some of the other things my family made us eat and make sure we were always a part of, I look at it now that I'm in this position. I can look back at it from a science perspective. See, it was me. I was able to go to school to learn the science behind what my ancestors already knew. Same thing with you. Nothing is brand new. Hmm? Come on, y'all. What Kenesha say? Tap the screen, y'all. Tap the screen. Tap the screen, y'all. Tap the screen and share it if you feel this is something you want to share. Share it out to 5 friends, 5 frenemies, 5 enemies, and 1 somebody you love. That's what I'm saying. Again, if you have come in at the middle of this session and you want to hear the entire thing, you can click the link in my bio and you can watch it on YouTube. I usually upload it by the end of the night. So it should usually be there by the end of the night. Yes or yes? And we'll also give you an opportunity to go to my website and see, some other things that I have going on, like my retreats, my workshops, my books, my online courses that you can do. Some of them are free, things you can download for no cost, right? Free means no cost, right? No tricks. Sometimes it'll ask you for your email or a text number so you can get more things in the future. But my real purpose and desire is that I don't worry about numbers. I want people that are real. Huh? Welcome to the room. I want people that are real, sincere, and going to be active. That's not going to treat our information like we treat a pain. We get a pain, we either go to the doctor or we take some type of medicine or we go to sleep. I want us now, when we get a pain, to begin to speak to that pain. Is a more involved process. Healing is a more involved process than a cure, although they both require you to stay consistent and work. How y'all feeling? Welcome to the room. That's why I say I always start out with hundreds of people, but everybody that's ready. And some of y'all friends, like, oh, that's too deep. No, she was going too deep. Like, I didn't agree with what she said. And she ain't professional. She didn't say, I heard her say some improper grammar. That's the person you know is not going to send. I'm telling you. One day I did something. I was doing my spiritual group, and I don't use any tools. I'm naturally who I am spiritually, right? I have multiplicity of gifts. And but Sunday when I did the session, the solution session, it said I had a box of cards that I had purchased to support a young lady. It's called the Hoodoo Tarot deck. And in that, I opened it up and I shuffled the cards, did whatever I was going to do. I'm really a cartomancy person. I think I really want to, I keep saying I'm going to learn how to do cartomancy because that really pulls me. And I think it's because when I was growing up, I saw that, right? I saw people using playing cards to understand life. Okay. So, anyway, I pulled the card. And the card that I pulled was a card that was so on time for people in that group. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And I didn't even look at the book to know what it meant. I just went off what I saw, what I felt, what I heard in that moment. And people was like, wow, like, how did you, is what you allow yourself to, when you're open, there's nothing that can be hidden from you. When you're open, you will realize nothing is missing. When you open and you allow yourself to truly embrace all of who you are, oneness in divinity, whole and complete, you will be able to master things and you will be able to function. That's why I say when you come into a space, you got to know you belong here. There's no permission. I'm not saying go and invade somebody's spaces. I'm saying that when you are allowed to enter a space, claim it, accept it as yours, and align yourself with what's in there. And if the energy or if the vibration is off, and you recognize that, protect your own self and then begin to shift through to remove that. You don't move, let it remove. I'm just saying. Ooh, are y'all with me? Are y'all with me today? I thank you all for being here with me today, sharing this time with me. It is indeed a pleasure and an honor to always serve. I enjoy talking about the matters that really matter. Because once you master your mind, when I was growing up, there was a saying from the United Negro College Fund, which they no longer call themselves that. Now they say UNCF. It says the mind is a terrible thing to waste. And then when I was 12th grade, I had a philosophy professor philosophy teacher, right? Because we were in high school. He wasn't, although he was a professor as well. And he wrote a poem in reaction to that for our Black History program in our high school. And he asked me to be the person who read it. And it was deep. And it really resonated with me ever since that time, that the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Our mind is not our brain, but how your mind function will affect brain activity and vice versa. Your mind is the real action center. Man, that's deep, you know? We have to build ourselves up into, hey, baby, welcome. Hey, honey. We have to build ourselves up to understand that we are more complex than what the natural world wants us to remember. Humans are the ones that tell us that we can't fly without a plane, or we can't, or that gravity will only pull us down. Yes, it's real true. It's real true. Don't y'all go out here and try to play against this stuff, okay? But you can't astral travel. You can heal your body. You can see the unseen. You can hear the unheard. This is the reality. And see, like that, I want to know how to astral travel. So then open yourself up to receive that and make sure your intention and reason for doing so is not to be nosy and to be harmful. See, people say, how do you have this gift, or how did you know? I'm gonna tell you honestly, the situation presented itself and I went, whoa, there it is. Whoa, there it is. But astral travel is something that is so magnanimous, so beautiful. You definitely can learn it. You can open yourself up and you can release it. It's in your sacred soul script, honey. It's in your sacred soul script, for real. But you got to get to a place where you can get relaxed enough in order to make that splash to make it happen. And I think you joined my subscription club, right, honey? I think you're in my subscription club. So we're going to be talking about that. That is one of the lessons we're going to be talking about, what it actually is, what it actually means, and how we can prepare ourselves to be open to master this ability. Okay, but you didn't call me though. Because what did we talk about? We never say we can't afford anything. We can say right now my funds are not available. And then we talk to it. Yeah. So make sure you reach out to me, honey. Go ahead and click the link and do the initial 20-minute session that's on the link that's attached to this bio. Like go up to my name and then click the link that says something about Linktree, and then look for the thing that says initial consultation, so we can try to talk about how to get you back in that subscription plan. Never let money go, because we work on people fixing their money mindset. A lot of times people have the money, but they just think they don't because they're in such a habit. We're in such a habit of how to do things. And that's why I always tell people, never say it costs too much. Never say I don't have it, because those are words that are limiting and binding us, and they prevent you from being able to be into that wholeness and completeness that we're talking about today. Y'all thought I got off task, didn't you? Never. Okay. Yes, your funds will become available. And so, absolutely. If you have not on my page, there's a way. I figured out I can go back and look at all my videos. I didn't even know I had a page. It's kind of like the Instagram page, but scroll down. I have on a green and black sundress, and I'm doing a tapping activity, right? About money. People calling me every week telling me that I say all I actually do is commit to it for 7 days. Commit to it for 7 days. Do the mantra for 7 days. You can go back and you can add some more. You can change it. It's not about the wording. It's about you putting your intention and your focus and raising up your vibration in order to receive and experience financial, physical abundance, if that's what you need. I also tell people to include credit, the mantra in the money plan this week, which is my private Facebook group. You can also join, or maybe public. I may have made it public. I can't remember. But it matches my book called The Money Plan. Just a very small workbook course that I do with people, right? So in the money plan mantra this week, I said, having good credit is not out of my reach. Because having quote unquote good credit just means you have to manage the funds that come into your life to ensure that when you have more money than month, that you utilize it properly, that you pay off debt in such a way that you don't acquire more debt that you need to have. And if you do take on new debt, you immediately eliminate it as fast as you can. Anything over your budget, you eliminate as fast as you can. But you got to be willing to trust that by doing so, you're still worthy enough, that you're still whole and complete. But because so many of us do not believe we're whole and complete, because so many of us are still living in the past and playing those records and cassettes and 8-track tapes and albums in our head, we can't move up to a CD or to an EP because we're still in the antiquated ways of our past. When we were told, hold on to your money. When we were told, you don't need that, that's too expensive. Y'all with me? If you want to talk to me, I got to talk to all of you. I just can't speak to one part of you. When I coach you, when I mentor you, when you're in one of my trainings or workshop, or when I'm speaking on the stage, or when you read my book, it's to address the whole person, all parts of you. Your spiritual, your mental, your emotional, your physical wellness, your knowledge, your skills, your talents, your education, your finances, and your relationships. Because if we don't address all of that, then you're going to be wobbly. Imagine having one strong arm and one weak, limp arm. What can you do? We just talked about that. Go back if you want to. I'll post it up to YouTube. My link is in my bio. You can go to YouTube and you can check it out to hear the entire conversation. But I so appreciate all of you for being here. For those of you that stood the test of time, for those of you that are watching this in a replay, everything I'm saying here has no expiration date. It has no expiration date. Your purpose, your vision has no expiration date. Your truth remains. Once you identify the authentic truth about you and your life purpose and your original assignment, I'm telling you, it is a beautiful space to exist in. And it doesn't mean that storm clouds won't come and you won't be pushed by the wind, by the storm winds, and you won't get overheated by the sun or super wet by the rain. It just means that when it does happen, you understand that it's temporary for a permanent purpose. Because while you're in that storm, you are reassessing, you are building up, right? You're building up all of you, recognizing and reaffirming and expanding truth, 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 truth. I'm telling y'all, yeah, I'm telling y'all, that's the way it goes. Mm-hmm. So honor yourself today. Pick one thing that makes you think you're not whole and complete. The one thing, just pick one of the things that you make that makes you feel you're not whole and complete. And then for the next 7 days, write the real truth that thing does not make you whole, make you not incomplete. It doesn't make you incomplete. You're already whole and complete. You just have a little agitation going on right now. And that's why I say you could call me. You could go watch something on YouTube. You could go watch something on Gaia. You could go watch some. The thing of it is on here, I don't really see a lot of people teaching. I see a lot of people sharing, but not like teaching. There's some, not a whole lot. I haven't found it yet. Okay, but I'm not really as active on here. I try to search out certain topics and come across videos every now and then, right? Oh, thank you, Kanisha. Thank you. I'm honored. Make sure you book your appointment and come spend some time with me. Be really cool. Be really cool to have a conversation offline. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm going to wrap up this session on today. Thank you for being here for the chat time with the Chat Diva. I'll be back here on tomorrow as well, having a conversation. Is tonight Thursday? I think I do a night tap. We're going to do a night cap activity on tonight. Tonight is Thursday. It's nightcap. A Thursday night nightcap where we come in and I pull. If you have 1,000, what is it called? If you have 1,000 followers, you can come live with me. But even if you can't come live with me, you should go to my site and you should email me what you would like to talk about and what you want me to address. I'm not going to say that I'm going to do anything spiritual. I'm not. I'm going to coach and mentor you, right? From a spiritual, wealthy place. I'm not doing readings. I'm not doing consults. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm only going to address your concern in the nightcap. So you're going to get instant coaching, laser coaching and mentoring for your business, for your physical health, for your life goals and plans, for your life, your personal life. I can assort you with that. Emotion, mentals, I can do that with you. If you have a question about spirituality, I can try to assist you. But if you want me to do mediumship or, medical intuitive, any of my spiritual gifts, I'm not going to express those in that platform. You would have to book a private consultation or join my subscription so you can be part of the group. Okay? Is that clear? Clear on everybody? We're going to be back here tonight. It's 11 o'clock my time. No, I'm sorry. It's 10 o'clock my time, which means it will be like 12 a.m. on Central and then 1 a.m. on the East Coast. Yeah. And then 11 a.m. Yeah. So 10 a.m., 10 p.m. my time. All right. So thank you all for being here. Again, I am Dr. Marrian, Sister Afua. I am honored to be here to serve with you today, to share with you today, to have a positive exchange today, to have a positive exchange with you. And like I said, tell 5 friends, 5 frenemies, 5 family members, and 1 person you love, right? About me and about our programs and the things we talk about. If you have not done so, go to my link in my bio. Don't let it just be sitting there. Go ahead and click it. Go explore. Guess what? If it's not today, maybe tomorrow. I'm going to say how we say it in Wolof. We say, Akmu halis, babam beninyo. That means I have no money today, but maybe tomorrow. That's the optimism you should always have. And for me, tomorrow is the next moment, the next minute, the next second. All right. Until next time, y'all. Peace and blessings you are. See y'all soon. Thank you.